Hey, well, welcome back to Project Dirty Bird, right? That's what it kind of looks like. This thing is a dusty mess, but we made some progress. So behind the scenes things here, you know, some inner fender wells poking through there. Finally got those painted and installed. I was hoping my Raptor bed liner, I was going to spray those first, then put them in, but it just seems to be on the snail mail. Hadn't gotten it yet, so I figured I could still tape it off. While I tape off the rear, I'll hit both the front and the back, because I did not install those the other day because I just want to throw the fenders back on and have a see-looky-loo what she looked like. But for order of operations, in case you're building a 1969 Firebird, that inner fender well must be installed or laying in there first before putting the fenders on. They just don't fit. So the next thing, though, see that shiny hood there we painted last go around, or somewhere around there sometime? I'm going to put that back on the car. Now, the hood hinges, I didn't mark those. I'm just going to go through the process of dialing these hood hinges in, and that's what we're going to get into today, putting a hood on and getting it adjusted. I've done some videos in the past on this, but it may be a good review or new to you. So this is going to be something I'd like to share, wrestling the hood on. And in preparation for that, I've taken two old sweatshirts tucked in the corners. This is a one-man operation here. It can be done without damaging the paint, because we've painted this car all pretty, top side, inside, backside, downside, whatever. It's all looking nice. I don't want to have any scratches, so I've got tape on the hinges in 3 spots, the leading edge and on the corners there, so as I put the hood on, in case it does bump something, I have a little bit of a cushion, so I don't have to do as much touch-up work. Because I'm going to tell you now, I do my best not to chip anything, but to be honest with you, it happens. And I'll show you maybe the technique, even how to touch up some of those chips, because, well, that's just part of the game, right? Building a car, especially solo. You're going to just have some mishaps, but the goal is not to have any mishaps, but they happen. So the next thing here, I'm going to wrestle the hood, but I'm going to show you what I've kind of done under the hood in preparation for installing the hood. That does now look all nice and pretty under the hood there. Like I said, the fender wells are installed, all bolted in. I've got the fender secured to the firewall here, and in the back here. The fenders are 100% completely bolted in and installed. The only thing that's not are these two front bolts. I have those loose still, so I can adjust this fender in and out to match up with my hood. That's what I'm talking about. This car's getting filthy out here. So I got both sides loose on the top. So I'm going to have to even left the core support, technically, those bolts there are still loose. In case I need to shuffle this thing just side to side ever so slightly. Everything was put together and test fitted, but we took the thing all back apart to paint it. So I like to leave myself a little adjustment. I don't like tightening the bolts down until I'm done, because once that tightens down, it'll leave a dimple in the paint, and I don't want to do that until I'm happy with the location. So I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's how I like to do it. But other than that, looking pretty good and ready to go. I've got my ratchet 9/16 socket, combination wrench 9/16 in preparation for the hood bolts. And always check your length of the hood bolt. They should be shorties or ones without points at all, actually. Because if they get too long, they'll actually go all the way through the hood and then poke through the top side and mess up your shiny paint. Anyway, these are actually the right size length. Don't typically have points on them, I don't believe, but I know these will work fine. So I've got those laid out too on each side. Because what we're going to have to do, I'm going to get that hood picked up, rest it here on the hinges, hold it up, have one arm up here, other arm down here, starting the bolts. Now, once the bolts are started, I can get them snug. That's why I got the tools laid out here. So that's what we're going to get into, see if I can do this without screwing it up. Okay. Now, step one when it comes to General Motors hinges or hood hinges. This is going to be a review for a few of you, but for some of us who have not seen this, is very, very, very vital. And I'm going to keep saying it until I remember myself, because even I forgot one time. Lubricate the heck out of every hinge point. You'll find some hoods that are still kicked up in the back. All you need to do is actually just lubricate the hinges, and sometimes that's all you have to do. The hood hinge should move freely. Right here, check this out. My body weight. I'm moving it right now. That's what it takes to get that thing to move. So that one's good, and that one's good. So now I'm going to grab the hood. I'm going to bring it in here and lay it in here on the corners here. This is going to protect my paint in case I do have a mishap. I hope that I don't. That's what we're going to do. Side. Now, if you've got someone to give you a hand with this, go for it. That's the way to do it. This is not an easy task by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. be. That was absolutely no fun. It's on there. No damage that I can tell. Went pretty good. Maybe getting a little too old for that. But it's on there. Like I said, if you got someone to give you a hand, go for it. I guess I like to just, get a little bit of a workout every once in a while. Next thing is, though, we're going to start adjusting the hood. Now, adjusting the hood forward and backwards isn't that important yet. That's like the last step. The first step is getting the hinges where I take this hood and latch it with just my finger, and it lines up in all four corners and shuts level and parallel with the fenders. So in order to do that, we'll start working these bolts. So I gotta get my sweatshirts out of the way, get everything kind of ready to go. We're gonna do that, and we'll start tweaking on these hinges. Get everything cleaned up, get out of the way. Now I've got my wrenches sitting here. I'm gonna need that socket 9/16 wrench. That's all you're gonna need to do the adjustments. Now, note, when you do that little warning, if I know how to do the editing, where I have a big warning label going right now, be very, very cautious the first time you shut the hood. It's going to be way out of adjustment. You may KO the fender. So don't just grab a handful of hood and slam it shut and go, that was a great idea, because it won't be. So be cautious watching it shut. Check your gap here, check the corner of the hood as it's shutting, and make sure we're not going to interfere with anything. Last thing you want to do, you got this far without screwing up, you don't make a simple mistake like that. Looking pretty good. I've got a nice even gap going down both sides. The hood's back a little too far on this side. That's okay. I left the hood loose. Just those bolts that hold the hood on are just snug. I can actually kind of shift that hood forward or backwards a little bit, and that's going to look pretty good. Well, here's what I'm looking at. I've got a gap. My hood is going in between the fenders, looking okay on this side. That's the passenger side. Driver's side is similar. The gaps are a little snug, but we're not interfering. So we'll go ahead and latch it, and we'll see how we're looking here. Now, this is the typical, I'm sitting up too high in the back corner, so all you gotta do is just do this, right? Just push down by hand, you're good to go. So many times do I see that, and I don't call that acceptable. We can keep messing with these hinges, I believe, until we get that worked out. I had this hood working before I took it apart to paint it. And same thing here, this side here is up a little higher than also. So, we're gonna have to do a little bit of work on that hinge. Now, the thing about it, I can't tell you the two bolts, honestly, which one does which. I just monkey with it back and forth until I get the hood to shut, where the front corners lay down like this does here. We're actually back a little further on that hood. It needs to come forward. Now, this side's spot on, but don't worry about this adjustment yet. This is last. Get it to where the hood shuts nice and even back there, and then shuffle this back and forth. But our side-to-side gap is looking pretty good, so I can tell you right now, I can probably snug up my cord support. That's all looking pretty nice in the gap, and I can snug up the bolts here that hold the fender in just the same. So now let's get this up, and let's see, we'll start monkeying with the two bolts and see if we can get that gap looking a little better. Now all I'm going to monkey with is one bolt at a time. We're going to do just the back one. I'm going to pitch the hood. The front bolt's still loose too, so let's just snug these up to get something started here. The hood hinges down all the way. We're going to pop the back down a little bit there with my shoulder. Snug up this bolt and see what that does to my final results. Same thing, be cautious when shutting the hood. Oh, that's a whole heck of a lot better on the driver's side. I think we need to go a little bit further, but you can tell I went from being about a half-inch gap now to what appears to be, oh man, hardly anything. So I need to take that rear hinge down just a little bit further, and I think we can get that thing worked out. Now again, just gonna take this rear bolt just loose enough that I can push up on the hood, which then will make the lower portion of the hinge drop closer to the floor. Well, that's as far as it'll go. Oh boy. Yep. So let's move the front up a little bit and see if we get the same result. There's up a little bit. Alright, try that again. Watch my hood. Wow, okay. I think that'll work. Now hopefully we can get the passenger side to do the same thing. Let's see if we can have the same kind of luck here on the passenger side. Take that back one loose, drop it all the way down. is. Take the front one loose. Bring it up a little bit. I will snug these up. Let's see how that looks. Hopefully good. Now, of course, I think the camera's right in the way of the hood. Boop. All right. Still got about a 1/4 inch gap. That used to shut fine, so something's changed. So I'll try that one more time. Move it maybe the other way. Again, I wish I knew the exact science of these hood hinges. It never has a pattern. So I'm gonna take the front one loose and let it go all the way down. Maybe take the back one and keep it level. See how that looks. I guess if I ever figure this out, I'll write a book. Nope, still the same thing. That just doesn't want to go. This one's kicking my butt. Nope. I'm kind of getting to the point where I think this is never going to actually line up here, but the trick is just keep fiddling with it, and eventually you'll get it. I promise. Man, whole lot closer. One more time. I've got the front all the way up and the back just about all the way down. So I'm gonna bring the front down just a skosh and see what it does. I think we'll finally get it. I hope. All right, hopefully this is it. I'm getting a little tired. Looking better. Yeah, the hood needs shifted now. Let me pull this forward a little bit. I'll show you how I did that here in just a second, but I'll make sure this thing's shut. That looks a whole lot more gooder. So alright, show you what we have here. I think I finally got it. Now, what we got now, take a look at this. That's how I like it to look. That's the driver's side. Sorry, that's the passenger side. You can tell I'm a little tired. And then here be the driver's side. That's nice and even now with the fenders. And that took exceptionally a lot longer than I anticipated. That was definitely kicking my butt. And the other thing I want to get into, unfortunately, it's pretty close that I smacked around. Now, the bolts are technically still loose back here for the hinges. So I can actually push this hood forward or backwards as needed to get it lined up. But it's actually pretty close. I like running mine. Here's something else I've gotten into. I line mine up with the fender. I've always done that on 69. It seems to work for me, as I've always done. I've been told by a few folks that's wrong. It needs to be pushed forward a little bit. I don't know what's technically right. I've never saw an original car that's been basically untouched. I wasn't born when these things were new. So this is how I do it. Do it as you please, but it seems to work pretty good for all the rest of the front end panel alignment. Actually, I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, like I said, those are actually loose. I can actually bump this hood forward and backwards to get it nice and square, but even my gap is looking pretty good between the fender and the hood, so I need to snug up these two bolts and then go to this side, snug up these two bolts for the fender. And now the hood is happily adjusted, I'm going to just lift this just high enough I can get in here and tighten up these two bolts here on that hood and pull my tape out of the way. And then we're done. Now, doesn't that just look a whole lot more gooder? Look at those stripes. I think it all lines up nice gaps. So a lot of effort to get those hoods lined up. You may be asking yourself, why did I not mark those hood hinges when I had it lined up initially? Well, let me tell you, the story behind that is it doesn't matter. I've tried marking them, and for some reason, after removing the front sheet metal and reinstalling it, even with the same shims, I'm monkeying with it anyway, so I just stopped bothering. Now this passenger side did kick my butt a little more, so let's call it 3 easy steps. So to sum it up, lubricate the heck out of those hinges first. Not in your paint booth area, but lubricate the heck out of those hinges. That's going to be step 1. Then adjust the hood height in the rear where it opens and shuts. Get that where it stays nice and level all the way to the front. And then last, adjust the hood forward and backwards each side till I line mine up with the fenders. You do as you please, but make it equal on both sides, and then check your gaps. So there we go. Hood is back on Project Mockingbird. And as you can see, the hood is shiny and the fenders are not. I've already started doing some color sanding and getting ready to do some buffing, but I'll do a video on that here too, just to say there's that run back there in the back that I wanted to show you. And then this paint is still kind of curing on the hood. I'm gonna give that another week before I sand on it. And then we're gonna bring this thing back to a mirror shine, so you don't want to miss that. So definitely, if you haven't subscribed yet to this madness that we call the Vinyl Village Garage, please do. It helps me out. YouTube is looking a little better. It come up a little this month here. So ladies and gentlemen, maybe it's kind of get things going again and moving in the right direction. Of course, it doesn't happen without you watching, so thank you for taking the time to check in here. I know this video probably wasn't blow your socks off, but you can see it can be done. You just got to monkey with it. I wish I could tell you the exact pattern in the front, up or down or whatever, but you just keep moving in small increments and slam it each way, see what it does, and just kind of dial it in, and you will eventually get it and get it looking great. So nonetheless, thank you for watching. Appreciate you liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends, and the comments definitely help, so please give me the thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it is. Hey, John, that was awful, or John, that was great. Either way, comments count for the good for the channel, so appreciate that. Nonetheless, plenty more footage coming your way, and we'll catch you guys and gals then.
They say there comes a time in everybody's life they have to prove their will is strong. Just like this man from Indiana.